Everyone. Today, I want to talk about something that sits right at the heart of India's economy story. Not just how much wealth we have created as a nation, but who is actually benefiting from it. And the answer to that question is what this presentation is all about. India's wealth inequality crisis, the evidence behind it, and what is causing it, and what we can actually do about it. So now before we get into numbers, I think it is worth asking why this even matters. Because some people hear wealth inequality and think it's just a political talking point, but it is not. When wealth is concentrated at top, creates real structural problems for everyone. Children from poorer family can't access quality education, so talent gets wasted. Wealthy interests start shaping policy decisions, so government end up serving a few rather than many. And over time, this builds a resentment and erodes the kind of social trust that a functioning society actually needs to hold together. So let's look at what the data is telling us. As of 2022 to 2023, the top 1% of Indians hold over 40% of country's total wealth. So the bottom 50%, on the other hand, hold just 6.4%. And if you look at the historical trend, it's get even more striking. The top 1% income share hit a low of around 6% back in 1982 and has been climbing ever since. Today, it stands 22.6%, which is actually higher than it was during the British colonial period. Researchers have started calling this era the billionaire Raj. And looking at these numbers, it's honestly hard to argue with that label. Here, here is where it gets really interesting though. India has also made genuine progress on poverty. Over 135 million people escaped poverty between 2015 and 2021. And that is real achievement worth acknowledging. But at the exact same time, wealth concentration has been going up, not down. So we are lifting people out of deprivation at the bottom, while the gains from economic growth are flowing almost entirely to the people at the very top. We are solving poverty, but building a plutocracy at the same time. So what do we actually do about it? The plan here is phased across three horizons. In the next 2 years, the priority is expanding social protection schemes and closing the tax loophole that allow wealth to go unreported. Over the medium term, the focus shift is to investing in public education, healthcare, and giving small businesses better access to credit. And over the longer horizon, we are talking about progressive tax reform, building a set ownership program for the bottom half, and making sure economic growth reaches every region of the country, not just a few urban centers. So, to bring it all together, India's growth story is real but incomplete. We have reduced poverty, and that matters. But wealth is piling up at the top in a way that threatens social mobility, threaten our democratic institution, and ultimately threaten growth itself. The good news is that this is not irreversible. A phased data-driven approach can change the trajectory. The only question is whether we have the political will to follow through it or not. Thank you.